Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships with the Highfound. And today we have a very special replay from our good buddy Captain Knievel. You probably know who he is by now. He's usually streaming with us on Fridays and stream sniping with you all on a Monday. And yes, as you've probably seen by the title, this is the official damage record for the tier 6 Shchors. It happened a while ago, and to be honest with you, I've been really busy, and unfortunately this is the first chance I've had to get round to doing it, and I forgot about it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I've got a lot of gameplays on my hard drive, so apologies for that, Cap. But here you go. The description, his channel link will be in the description below, and you should check him out. He is a great guy, great fun to play with, and a very good player in general. So here he is, setting off in the tier 6 Shchors on the Atlantic map. And this is going to be the almost just shy of 250,000 in a tier 6 cruiser. You can't help but be impressed by that kind of score. So apologies for this, it's the inevitable. Always beginning of the games are quite slow. As you can see, if you're paying attention to the minimap, the battleship seems to have been turning away. He doesn't have a destroyer over here with him. The destroyer seems to be abandoning this side completely and heading over the other way, which is completely fine. That's the closest side he's to, so Cap is just biding his time, waiting for some ships to get spotted and trying to line up a shot on the enemy battleship there, but he's just out of range at the moment. Come on, Cap, get busy, get into it. And see, he's, I believe, by the looks of it, he's trying to turn so he can actually get that Shchors into range as a Wild Nelson also pops up. But at the moment, still just outside of his detectability range. And see, by the looks of it, both teams seem to be starting this match off very, very passively. Come on, Cap. And there you go, his first target that's in range, the enemy Bajoni. And fortunately the Bajoni starts moving, so Cap starts taking another salvo. So I take it he's reversing sort of into range here. So if he does get spotted, he can quickly accelerate and get out of the way. And this appears to be quite a target-rich environment now. The enemy team is slowly pushing forward, and he's using the concealment of all the islands so he can take advantage of not being spotted whilst firing at the enemies. As you can see, he very, very correctly spams the mass, because obviously killing the enemy destroyer is massive, would be a good advantage, and Captain Knievel's team has already lost their first ship. And that salvo looks good, and there we go. The second hit, but the first fire of the match for Captain Knievel. This is going to be very much a HE spamming game. Now, I know everyone hates being spammed by HE, but that's what these cruisers are designed to do. They're designed to stay hidden and cause a lot of damage over time. And yeah, get used to it. It seems to be the new meta. I've noticed the last couple of weeks specifically getting hit an awful lot by HE, even from battleships. So I think the battleship players have got a bit fed up of being spammed with HE and have decided to take that tactic on themselves. As you can see, he's just trying to keep the Bayern set on fire, trying to burn him down, and he does temporarily get spotted, and as soon as he gets spotted, he starts hitting the forward button. Now, just a bit of a comment on Captain Knievel's positioning here. The Shchors, most cruisers in all fairness, apart from maybe the Germans, are quite squishy. they're very squishy, and they shouldn't be frontline fighters. They shouldn't be up there in the front. They should be behind everyone, raining down fire. And because everyone knows everyone's probably been deleted or have deleted a light cruiser, so pushing forward is not always the smart thing to do. And if you can shoot at an enemy and they can't shoot back, that's obviously an advantage to you. And the Bajorni decides to push out again, but Cap's paying attention to the mini-map. He switches straight over to him and starts raining down some hate. And unfortunately, they're having a bit of trouble hitting the Bajorni. Ah, there we go. There's a couple of hits because he is being quite fidgety. But he is spotted as well, so Cap is obviously being a little bit more cautious there. So I understand this is quite a slow start to the game, but I promise you it does get much better. The mass appeared again there, and Cap switches his focus. Because, as we all know, early game DDs aren't much of a threat. It's late game where the destroyers really become a pain. And he sets him on fire. And hits him again. And I think, unfortunately, this mass is actually going to manage to get away with this as he turns to dodge Knievel's next shells. Come on, Cap, we have faith. There we go. And the mass is out of there. So this puts Captain Knievel in a much better position because his chances of being spotted are now significantly less than when the game started. And he's looking to rain down some hate on the Scharnhorst and start to get him burning. You can see their team is primarily pushing the right side of the map, or left side of the map as we look at it. I always take right and left as you're looking at the map on the screen in the top right hand corner. And you see what he's doing here. He's I think the Scharnhorst burnt his repair kit, so he's switching targets because of course you can't set fire to a target that has just burnt his repair ability. You've got to wait for that damaged control party to come off cooldown, which for most battleships is usually about 30 seconds. It looks like that Colorado is going to start moving forward as Cap sets yet another fire. So that, in all fairness, there's only 5 fires so far and 57,000 damage. But as you can expect, as you know from the title, the damage is going to start racking up really, really quickly. Let's see what he's doing now. Because the Colorado's on fire, the Colorado's burning, he's trying to focus on the Scharnhorst, try and get a fire or two started on him as well as the destroyer smokes up and gives Captain Knievel that bit of a respite because he was being spotted. He's looking to try and finish off the Colorado by trying to set some more fires again. You can see the Scharnhorst burning down really nicely there. And the Colorado has put his fire out as Captain shows that mountain exactly who's boss, taking a nice chunk of its hit pool. But I think it's invincible. Sorry about that, Cap. And continues. The Colorado is now, as you can see, he's obviously using his health respect. Oh my God, words come out of my mouth. He's using his repair party, but that's an ideal time to get another fire. If Cap can get him a light again, that is going to put an end to the Colorado, as the Colorado finally realizes where all this HE spam is coming from, and decides to take a pot shot at Knievel. And even though Knievel's broadside, he luckily gets away with that and picks up his third kill of the match, and but still only 92,000 damage, and they've only got 3 ships left. The end of this match is going to highlight one or two things. One, how powerful spamming HE is, and also the big downside to HE and fire damage. To successfully use HE, you ideally need to keep the ships focused so they cannot repair the damage, because it's something like 90% of HE and fire damage can be repaired, where it's only 10% of armor piercing damage. And that is where we spot our damage pinata, the tier 6 Nelson. Now the Nelson, as anyone who's come up against it or anyone who owns it knows, has just about the most ridiculous heal. Well, no, it's not just about, it is by far the most ridiculous heal in the game. I think you can restore something like 28,000 hit points, and as you can see, he's using his heal now. He was almost down to 1/3 health. He's back up to 2/3 health, and still climbing at the moment. And as you see, the damage is ticking up nicely. We're coming up to 145,000 damage, and it is just himself and the destroyer left, as he carefully places himself, trying to set fire to the Nagato whilst using the island for cover. And there we go, there's a fire. Is Cap going to get... Yes, he is. He gets spotted, but accelerates because he's planned his exit route already. As soon as he's spotted, he's already accelerating and turning away and making himself a more difficult target. Yeah, Nagato obviously has used his repair kit because he's put the fire that Cap set on him out already, and Cap gets briefly spotted there. And again, that must be the Nelson. Although the Nelson's guns aren't particularly long range, so I don't know if the Nelson at this point can actually fire back a Cap, even though we can see him. And, oh, there we go. I said, incoming Hayton. A bit of revenge there for the rest of his team, as someone actually setting Cap on fire instead. So you can see this Nelson has got a absolutely ridiculous health pool. The Nagato is almost dead. The Cap is trying his damnedest to stay unspotted, although he is detected by a plane. So he does the smart move and quickly pulls away, as Cap is just slowly but surely burning this Nelson down. But we will see that Nelson almost completely restore his health pool once again before this battle is over. The Nagato being quite smart, and as you can see, he's been using that island to basically keep himself out of Cap's line of sight. And there it is, look, there it is, look, you can literally just see the health of the Nelson just going up and up and up and up. He's down to about 1/3 of his hit points. And again is back on fire. So that shows like the negative side effects of firing HE, because if the enemy gets a chance, they can heal a lot of that damage. So if you're going to be particularly a good tactic when playing in divisions, if you've got someone burning them down with HE, what you want to do is take advantage of that, and with your AP ships, so your battleships, or if you've got a cruiser with particularly good armor piercing, you want to try chipping away at their health with that as well, and you combine the two together, and that can end a ship really, really quickly. So you're up to 125,000 damage, and hell, about 40-50,000 of that, if not more, was just from the Nelson. And the Nagato can no longer escape Captain Knievel. He is going to focus him, and he's set a fire. I'm guessing the Nagato's got its repair party back, or not. Maybe the DD set him on fire recently, but that is kill number 4, and back to focusing on the Nelson, who is once again using that monstrous heal. He was pretty close to death, and as you can see, he's back up to almost half health yet again. And he does hit Cap, and he does hit Cap really, really hard, leaving him with just 799 hit points left. So it looks like the destroyer has been spotted by the Nelson, because the Nelson's guns are no longer tracking this way, and Cap again are setting multiple fires on the Nelson. And that is 250,000 damage in a tier 6. I wouldn't be surprised if the total was about 100,000 damage from just that Nelson alone there. But a great game, and showcasing the power of HE, but also the weakness of HE. So thank you very much for that Cap. Don't forget to check out his channel in the description below. And until next time, take care.